Hi everyone, welcome to the Who's Who in Guyana Business TV Show. For this episode, you are going to be enlightened with lots of content that can help you to navigate the business world. You will learn different aspects you can implement immediately, or there might be some you may have to work on to implement a bit later on. I'm encouraging you to take notes, take lots of notes, whether it's mental, but I encourage you to write it down so that you don't forget all the information you're going to be receiving during this episode. Looking forward to seeing you learn.
As we continue our series on food safety matters, we're going to look at 3 benefits of food safety standards. As the word indicates, standards. Standards basically help us to benchmark operations, and the standards we are talking about are based on food. These standards help us to understand how these foods are manufactured and how it can impact on us. So food safety standards, number 1, it protects our health. Think of it. If you went to a restaurant and they produce that meal underneath poor hygienic conditions, you will have diarrhea, you will have vomiting, you would be hospitalized. Why? Because there was no food safety standard. So the first benefit is that it helps protect the health and well-being, not only of the consumers, but also generally persons who conduct or who consume the food. The second aspect is that it builds confidence. Yes, confidence in that product is actually safe for us to eat. How many of us have really thought about whether or not the food product in the supermarket is actually safe? The standards that they are made to or certified to assures us. The last point we're going to elaborate on is the avoidance of litigation. When we talk about litigation, we're talking about issues where people are sued because of malpractice. Food producers who implement food safety standards can avoid litigation in that they would have identified all of those possible practices that can be minimized, prevented, that will impact on the credibility of their food product. As we move forward, food safety standards should be on the priority list for manufacturers as well, consumers, and also regulatory personnel, because it helps them as a benchmark to verify the quality of the food. I'm happy to be back with you to discuss food safety matters, and today's topic will focus on the role of consumers in food safety. Why are we discussing this? As consumers, we have a right to ensure that whatever we purchase, whatever we consume, is healthy and wholesome. As consumers, our right in food safety must be based on the fact that we need to read our labels. What we need to do is to read our labels when we're going to purchase. Those labels should be in English language. Why? Because Guyana is an English-speaking country. And when products are being produced, if they're not in the right language, it can affect what the reader takes in. As consumers, our role is to check those dates, expiry dates, and the best before dates. So whenever you're going through your shopping markets or you're going to prepare your list, ensure that those dates are within the timeline, because if you consume food that is expired, you can become ill. And I must state that food, when it comes to food, persons who are vulnerable are children, pregnant women, and the elderly. So what are we going to do after this? As part of the action plan to put into place our role, let's look at expiry dates, and also let's look at the language that is displayed on those. That will help us to foster a culture of food safety, and that way we will be making a big impact in Guyana. As we continue our food safety series, There's a question that is on the minds of many persons. How can we apply these food safety standards? And I'm going to delve into how you can do it in a simplified manner. The first step that we will examine is that that company needs to be committed. Committed in the sense that they really want to improve on their food safety practices. The second one is to seek the advice of maybe an expert on which category of standards might be applicable. Now, we must know that for each food safety product, there are specific product standards. Those product standards must be implemented when you're going to design a food safety program. That must be complemented with a food safety system that is going to manage how that food is manufactured. So we seek the advice of a consultant. They will now tell us which standard we must implement. But how do we know where we are? We have to conduct a gap assessment. A gap assessment is basically an examination whereby you compare your practices with that in the standard. Once you would have identified those gaps and practices, you go next to implementation. But before we implement, we must document those policies and procedures. Policies and procedures define how we must manufacture that food product, as well as the safety measures. Implementation, monitoring, and review of the operations, these are key steps that will allow us to apply and implement a food safety standard in our operations. Food safety standards saves life. For further information on how you can effectively implement these standards in the best possible way that will bring benefit to your company, give us a call on telephone number 501-0110.
Fantastic organizations out there. Are you looking for the opportunity to reward your team for their hard work for the previous year, and or simply just have a team development session? I am Keon Smith from Action Invest Caribbean Inc., where our company owns several licenses for training and of course a business coaching franchise. If you're looking to improve your team cohesion, you're looking for that opportunity to move away from the work setting and engage in a planning session with your team, then a company retreat is the perfect opportunity to get that done. We are providing corporate retreats for organizations where you not only have team building sessions, but you're also able to engage in guidance or guidelines for strategic planning for the next year, the next 3 years, and or even the next 5 years. Above all, we will work with you in creating your key team members' 90-day plans so that they can have clear KPIs being recorded based on the overall goals of the organization, and it acts as a beautiful accountability tool. If you are an organization, you're looking to get your team retreat going, your organization retreat going, give us a call on 223-5583 and we'll help you to make it a reality.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Marianne Prasad, and I have learned about the Herventure app on Facebook due to a ad from a video. I have learned from the app that I actually gained the knowledge and the thinking ability about how to launch a business, the steps, how to finance, how do I go about doing everything, and what's not. I basically learned everything I need to know on how to launch a business. Well, it's basically going to be be like the same thing that I just said, but I'm gonna take what I have learned, the education that I've got from the app, and I would have said before launching my business, I would go back to these notes, review everything, and then I'll think about what I should be doing and what I should not be doing. Because during my time of learning in this app, I had learned from persons who own coffee shops to persons who have extended business so much due to this app. And I would take that same knowledge and I would put everything together into opening my own business. I would recommend it because it's very good. I would say that and give it 100%. It had made me learn things that I have never learned before. It had made me know things that I should be knowing at this age, and it had helped me in ways that I can successfully be a businesswoman. So I would recommend it because it is a very good app that you can learn so much things from.
When people want improvement, they come to us and we have to very quickly figure out where the biggest room for improvement is. And an easy way in which we think about that is mindset versus skill set. Is it that you don't know how to do the thing, or is it that you don't know why you should be doing that thing? If it is that you're very clear on why you need to be doing this, then you have a skill set problem. You don't know how to do it. There are cases where people come to us and they actually know how to do the thing they need to do. They know how to pick up the phone and call a customer. They know how to put together a WhatsApp message. They know how to make their product. But you can see the motivation is lacking. They actually don't know why they're doing what they need to do. So I want you to use that simple technique of determining where your gap is. Is it in your mindset? You don't know why you're doing it. There's no commitment from you or others to actually do it. Or is it a skill set problem? You don't know how to do it, which is a competence problem. And fortunately, you will actually figure out where the weakness is. Unfortunately, if you could have fixed it on your own, you would have fixed it by now. So get help, get expert help. For persons looking to fix their mindset, that's where coaching is fantastic. For those of you who need to fix your skill set, that's where training comes in. If you need more guidance on this, reach out to us so that we can really help you save a lot of years of pain and anguish in your life, and that you can really get onto the path where your skill set and mindset are really driving you forward.
Unleash the power of visual storytelling with Keeley Productions. Your moments, our lens. Let us help you tell your story. Book your session now by calling us at 686-9068.
Are you a business owner who is frustrated? Are you an executive or a team member who's looking to be able to build your team and get results for your business? Many business owners and executives find themselves with this frustration where your team is not performing. They may be lacking in communication. They may be lacking in time management. What about how they are communicating within their team? What about how they're answering the telephone? Maybe your team needs training, they need to have some knowledge that is practicable and actionable so that you can get the results. So our seminar club modules will prepare your team and equip them with the knowledge so that they can apply that knowledge and get the results. So join us on our seminar club module where you'll turn your knowledge into actionable steps. Call us at 223-5583 or visit our location at 120 Parade Street, Kingston, Georgia.
Visit Ale & Sons in the Movie-Town Mall. It has hundreds of items for you to choose from at the lowest prices and from all the top brands. Get a wide range of refrigerators, washers and dryers, microwaves, stoves, small kitchen appliances, musical instruments, and home entertainment systems. Flat screen TVs, hardware items, plumbing, a huge selection of tools, speakers and amplifiers, and lots more. We offer convenient payment options. Not sure about a product? Speak to one of our professional sales associates. They will answer all your questions. Our Movie-Town store is larger and more comfortable to shop. You can also visit us online at www.alasons.com. Everything is in stock and ready for delivery. Ale & Sons, making life better one day at a time.
Hi everyone, Keon Smith here from Action Invest Caribbean Inc. Our company owns several different licenses and franchises that allows us to offer business coaching and training. In the last video, you would have heard me speak about corporate trainings and organizations who are getting ready to enjoy that time away where they can get into planning. I want to share with you two top benefits of a corporate retreat. Number one, it is fantastic for organizational alignment. And what it simply means is that it helps the team from all different levels understand the direction that the organization is heading in, clearly articulating the vision, the mission, and its bigger goals. Everyone on the team then gains a perspective and a clearer understanding of what needs to happen in their individual or respective departments and their sections that will contribute to the overall goal. Number two, it is fantastic for team building. This is where persons get the opportunity to be out of the office and get to connect with each other in a relaxing environment that is away from work. And very importantly, they now get the opportunity to learn a little bit more about each other as they engage in different team building activities that can help to build trust, foster better relationships, and of course, give the team the opportunity to connect on a more personal level that can feed into really great teamwork in the office. So if this sounds fantastic to you and you're looking to set your corporate retreat for your organization, give us a call on 223-5583 and one of my team members will be more than willing to tell you how it can be done for your organization.
In a previous video, I spoke about the importance between mindset and skill set. If that subject is new to you, please find that video. In this video, I want to just extend a little bit on mindset. Mindset, a good mindset allows you to very quickly understand why you do things, and you can then get that level of commitment and motivation that is necessary to do what's necessary. Today, I want to go deeper into skill set, because we already know that you are clear on why you need to do what you're doing, but most people also struggle with how to do it and how to do it much more efficiently. Why are things taking you days when they really should be taking hours? Why are things taking you hours when they really should be taking minutes? And for the very, very high performers among us, the 0.92% of the population that fall in the category of high performers, Why are things taking you minutes, which really should be taking you seconds? Now, developing your skill set first requires you to get new knowledge. Knowledge is where you can read a book, you can watch a video, you can get someone to tell you about it. All of that is knowledge. But think about if you wanted to learn how to swim. You can watch all the videos in the world, read all the books on swimming, have people tell you all about swimming, but you still can't swim. So if all you needed to know was the knowledge of swimming and that was enough, fantastic, you have accomplished your mission. If you actually needed to swim, then you need to jump across from knowledge to developing skill. And developing skill is where you actually have to practice. Right? There's no such thing as buying a skill. You have to practice a skill to develop it. And that means getting into the pool with an instructor and going each bit by bit until you develop competence in that area. And then finally, that level of knowledge, that level of skill may be able to get you to save yourself in the case of drowning, but it's not going to get you to the Olympics. It's not going to get you to be able to swim one of our rivers. For that purpose, you need to go beyond skill to ability. And an ability is where you could be standing at the edge of the pool and you have absolutely no fear of falling in because you know you have the ability to swim. You could be crossing one of our rivers and the boat is going down and you are not worried because, again, you know you have the ability to swim and you could probably rescue a few people as well. To be the top of your field, to be at the top of your field, you require to have abilities in the field that you've selected. And I can tell you, whatever was an ability a year ago, a month ago, maybe even in some cases a week ago, very quickly gets outdated. People who want to remain at a high level of ability always have to be putting in the time to keep sharpening that saw. My guidance is always 10% of your time needs to go towards sharpening your saw, making sure that you are the best in your field and that you don't get caught up thinking you are when the market really doesn't see that and doesn't come to you because they don't see you as the leader in your field. So keep that in mind. If skill set is the issue, understand where you need to get to. Do you just need the knowledge? Do you need to develop the skill a little bit? Or do you need to elevate it to the level of an ability? So that people, when they interact with you, when other businesses look at you, they can clearly see that what you have is what they need. Until the next one.
My name is Naomi Sims Williams and I heard about this app on Facebook. I've learned the different aspects of business, the objectives of business, financial budgeting, and a lot more. That would be objectives and marketing on this app because it deals with the different aspects of what we have to overcome in order to become a successful business person. I enjoy it because it was a challenge, but yet still I overcome it. First of all, I'm going to lay out by doing a business plan, and then I'm going to work according to what is on the modules step by step in order to become a very successful business person. I would recommend her venture because it basically takes you step by step and it gives you potential and knowledge in order to become a successful business person.
Camille's Academy, Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success.
Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today.
Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Camille's Academy, Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
Discover a whole new level of engine performance. Ready for the twists and turns. Ready for the road less traveled. Ready for the unexpected. Ready for the thrill. Extreme performance. Hyundai X-Tier.
We've already gone through in the previous video how you will grow through coaching. Your business will grow through coaching by following our 6 steps method to a better business. We analyze your business by going through a survey and mapping out the strengths of your business and also the weak areas of your business. This is done digitally with the help of a coach, and you then receive a report that helps us identify exactly where the weak points are. To give you a broad overview, we always get started at the mastery level, ensuring that your time is used wisely, that your time and that of your team is used very wisely. We then take a look at money mastery, ensuring that your business can actually generate the profits that you're looking for. Are your markups at the right level? Can you generate the margins on your sales that actually leaves you with money at the end of the month, not wishing that you had money at the end of the month? Destination mastery, where are you taking this business? Especially for those business owners who keep struggling with a high turnover. It could be that your employees are not seeing where the company is going or how they fit in that vehicle that is your business. So destination mastery allows you to get clearer and clearer on where you're taking yourself and the people in the business. And always remember, nobody really wants to make you rich except you and your business coach, of course. Everybody else wants to make sure that they have a better life for themselves. Please understand, nobody shows up to your job wanting to make you rich. They want to make sure they have a better life, which means you have to capture this destination that you're taking yourself and everybody else to, that is beneficial for everyone involved, not just for you. And then, of course, we deal with delivery mastery. Delivery mastery is all about making sure that there's a clear way in which your customers get what you promise them. Right? We have to make sure that you're not saying one thing over here, promising people something here, and then delivering something completely different on the other end, or worst case, not even delivering what you promised. So we need to take care in delivery mastery about making sure that you can deliver on exactly what you promised. Once you have mastery fixed, and of course that we'll always come back to it to make sure, hey, do we need to make adjustments? Do we need to sharpen up elsewhere? But once we get it to a decent level that we've removed a lot of chaos out of your business, that's when we move to marketing, or we love to call it niche. Who are you really going after? What is the uniqueness that you bring to the table that they really need and want, of course? We take a look at the 5 ways of growing your business to achieve a profit. And those are making sure that you have enough leads coming in. Are you converting enough of these leads? Are you making sure that they buy from you at a regular frequency? Are they buying everything they could buy from you and not splitting it up everywhere else? And is everything that you are selling being sold at a decent margin? And because you don't want to be in a situation where you do all the 4 items and then you don't make a margin on the products that you're selling. The niche level is what generates profits. What we do next is that we work on the systems side of the organization, and we call that leverage, because when you start bringing in high cash flow into a business, you need a machine that can operate. And at that point, we start looking at your technology that you're using, the training for your team, location-wise, are you at the most optimal location to serve that particular business type? Are you using artificial intelligence into your system to get even better operating procedures? Are you a good candidate for certification to an ISO standard? Maybe 9001 for QMS, or maybe health and safety, maybe environmental, maybe manufacturing. That's what we look at when we're dealing with systems and leverage. Level 4, of course, we get to the team and ensuring that the team is well trained on the systems. Many people come to us and they start complaining about their team. Please don't do that, because you're the one who hired them. I'm sure you didn't hire them to complain about them. But you cannot really have a well-developed team if you don't already have well-developed systems. Because you need systems first, so that as you bring team members in, they get trained on running the systems. If you eliminate systems, you are hoping that when you hire people, they follow your example and they somehow serve your customers. What if you're not the best example? What if you are really so committed because you get the profits that you start working at 5 in the morning and you go till midnight? Nobody else is going to be willing to do that. That's where the systems come in. Level 5, of course, is all about synergy. How can we start working on setting up a general manager to take over from you so that you can move on to level 6, which is results, meaning the dividends that start coming in from the business. What do you do with that profit? How do you set up new locations? How do you open up in new countries? How do we develop new products, new businesses? And that's basically how we grow your business. It's our 6 steps to a better business. If you are interested, please make sure that you make contact with us, and we'll invite you to a 3-hour session where we explain this in much further detail so that you understand how we can take you to the next level. For businesses that are wondering what level of coaching will suit them, we have various levels. We have group coaching programs that really suits solopreneurs. If it's just yourself and maybe 1 or 2 employees, maybe up to 5 employees, then the recommendation is generally that you get started with our group coaching programs. And again, for that one, we have our Action Coach membership programs. We have our Network and Action programs. Those generally range at around $150 to $400 US per month. If you are the type of company that has already been around for at least about 2 years, you have 5 to 10 employees, then we have startup coaching. Beyond that, 10 plus employees to about 25 employees, we have step-up coaching. And again, those programs, the higher up they go, they range from about $800 US per month all the way up to $5,000 US per month. The most important thing to do is make contact with your local Action Coach office. In Guyana, you can always find us online as well at guyana.actioncoach.com. And you will be able to fill in our application form. So we have what is called the Business Development Application Form. It takes about 10-15 minutes to fill out. You fill it to the best of your ability. If there's any information that you do not know, leave that area blank. You will notice that the first step in the business development application is a confidentiality statement, because as business coaches, we have a coach-client confidentiality statement as well, where any information that is disclosed stays between you and your assigned coach. So none of this information can get outside of that relationship. Once you filled in the application form, our team gets to work. Our team starts researching yourself, your company, to understand what do you do, is there enough potential. Usually in a week to 2 weeks after, depending on our schedule, we'll be able to get you a 60 or 90-minute strategy session where we can actually work out what the best possibilities for you are, for your business are, and to see if we're actually a fit If we're not a fit, we may just maybe give you a book or give you some advice. And even when you submit the application, if we notice that this is not yet a good fit, we might invite you to maybe a free event or send you a book or get you started somewhere else. Our job is not to take anyone's money without delivering the result. And we must be sure that you have the potential to gain that result and that you are willing. And to top it all off, we also have a guarantee. If within the first 17 weeks of coaching, we don't start moving you towards your goals, we have to coach you for free. And I can tell you, it's in 10 years, we've only had to do that twice, because it was, in both cases, it was a bit of a mismatch between the client and the coach. However, we still got the client to their result, and they remain paying clients. And again, in over 400 clients, 2 times we made a mistake, so that's 0.5%. We're happy with that. If we ever make a mistake, we will coach for free. And that takes away any risk on you, because if you do everything that was decided in the coaching session within the time frame that was decided in the coaching session, then there's absolutely no way that you're not going to get your results. Let your coach and yourself be the judge of the right fit for the program. We have had cases where someone did put aside the budget for their own development and for their team's development, and we had recommended the level that they were at right now, but they wanted to go much faster, and we could see the commitment from them and from their team, and we allowed them to go to a higher level earlier. But that company, it is the exception to the rule, where we allow you to go at a higher level program. You must really show that you have the commitment and that you have budgeted for that as well, because we don't want you to go, we never want the company to go under undue pressure. If it's not necessary, then not needed. But those are the levels that you can work with when it comes to business coaching. Evidence is always best. You can go to actioncoach.com. You can go to guyana.actioncoach.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. And on Facebook, if you actually go to our reviews album, you'll see over 200 business owners in Guyana. And I'm sure you must know at least a dozen or so of them that have worked with us, that are still working with us, that are getting fantastic results. And in all industries, from flooring to stationery to clothing to video production to hardware to auto spares, every single industry that you can think of, you will see examples of how they have benefited and continue to benefit. So evidence is always number one. Please go give them a call, ask them any question you would like to ask them, because when you become a client, we'll also ask you. That as we work with you, as you're getting results, people will talk to you, will ask you what's going on, and we will ask you to talk to them as well. So every single person that has interacted with us, we are open. You can reach out to any one of them directly. They are also very positive and proactive and productive human beings who also want other people to do well. So they will also start giving you some advice, but also tell you what their experience was like working with us. So that is definitely one area. As I mentioned in previous videos, we will still analyze you as an individual, but also your business to ensure that there is potential. Because if we cannot discover sufficient potential, we will give you other advice, free advice, maybe some free learning materials to get you on the right path. Because some people did really pick a wrong business, if there's such a thing as a wrong business. There are too many people who are stronger than them in that particular business. Let's say photography. It sounds very sexy, but if I take a look at your pictures and I'm an amateur and I can see that those pictures are not up to standard, and I know at least a dozen photographers who are way higher in skill, I will have to tell you as your coach, hey, reality check. I know your friends and your family are humoring you or flattering you that your photos look good, but I can tell you as a professional, this is not up to standard. Please get out of photography as quickly as possible, because these guys will destroy you. These guys and girls will destroy you because you're not operating up to standard. And that is what coaching is. Coaching is getting someone to tell you the truth as it is without sugarcoating it. And you can't fire me. You can't fire the coach. Most likely, this is why we go through so much scrutiny. We will fire you on day one if we notice that you're not on the right path. And to give you that wake-up call. Because I've heard time and time again that those wake-up calls have changed and transformed people's lives. Instead of them continuing to invest time, energy, and money on a dead end, they wake up and they start analyzing, so what am I really good at? What does the world need? And then just focus your time, energy, and money in that direction. Being sure comes from those areas. Getting evidence first of all, but having a meeting with us. Let us, we're the professionals, we're business coaches. We had to do the studies and the practicals and everything else to become business coaches. Make full use of that strategic session to determine if this is a good fit, and then you can be sure if it is either a good fit or if you really need to go take a look at the business to see is there something else. And it's also something that we can help you with. We can advise you on better businesses to pursue, or we can also advise you on maybe getting back into employment. Maybe you have the type of skill for which there's not enough of a big market as an entrepreneur, but if you get into a very specific company that really needs that skill, you could actually make 2, 3, 5 times more than what you're doing freelancing to the wider market. So all of those things are where we can help you to ensure that this is a decision that you need to make for your business. And again, reach out so that we can help you be really sure about what your next step should be.
Unleash the power of visual storytelling with Keeley Productions. Your moments, our lens. Let us help you tell your story. Book your session now by calling us at 686-9068.